Unit 5, Attraction and Boundaries. This is Reverend Deborah Hafner. This unit will look at attractions and boundaries, clergy sexual misconduct prevention, including our requirements as a denomination, a lecture by Dr. Bill Finger, an expert in misconduct prevention, some more information and a case study for you, as well as an opportunity to look at how to handle your attractions. One of the new requirements of the new sexual health competency is a required learning opportunity on misconduct or harassment prevention, and you'll hear in this unit why those are different. We'll provide the bare bones in this class. It would allow you to, in fact, say that you've taken this opportunity, but quite frankly, even as the designer of this course, we think that an in-person unit is also quite important, and hope that you'll continue to look for that opportunity as well. Take a minute and read the current Code of Conduct. I will not engage in sexual contact or sexualized behavior with any minor child or unwilling adult. I will not engage in sexual contact or sexualized behavior in potentially exploitative relationships, including with any person I'm counseling, with interns, and with any staff person I supervise directly or indirectly, except if it's my spouse or partner. I will respect the relationship of those to whom I minister, and not engage in sexual contact or sexualized behavior with any married or partner client or member of the congregation, agency, or enterprise I serve, or with the spouse or partner of any client or member. If I'm married or in a committed partnership, I will not engage in sexual contact or sexualized behavior with any person whom I serve professionally, again, unless my spouse or partner works with us. In pursuing any special personal relationship or friendship or romance with a client or a member of the congregation, agency, or enterprise I serve, I will recognize the potential negative consequences for my ministry and or the institutional system, and I will consider the advice of colleagues. What our Code of Conduct says is that if you are married, you may not have sex with anyone in the congregation, and that if you are single, you could pursue it if you recognize the potential negative consequences for your ministry and your institution, and that you will have considered the advice of colleagues. We need to be clear at the Religious Institute that we don't think that that Code of Conduct goes far enough, but it is the minimum that the UUMA right now would hold you to. Instead, we believe, and you'll learn more during, that in fact, in almost all cases, it is not appropriate to engage in sexual contact, sexualized behavior, or a sexual relationship with any person that we as ministers serve professionally. We'll talk later about how one might remove the professional relationship, but our bottom line for you is to stress that we really know from a whole range of materials that we'll talk about that it is a professional violation, not just a sexual one, but a professional violation for us to be engaged with people we serve. And you'll hear more about that. Several denominations have policies that are much more stringent than ours. The United Methodists, for example, forbid both their professional leadership as well as their lay leadership from having any sexual contact or sexualized behavior with a congregant, client, employee, student, staff member, co-worker, or volunteer. In other words, anyone. The Union for Reform Judaism, their rabbinical association, says that we are expected to be scrupulous in avoiding even the appearance of misconduct, whether by taking advantage of our position or succumbing to the temptations of willing adults. The American Association of Pastoral Counselors, which many of you as Unitarian ministers will become involved with, and whose ethics we are held to during our CPE experiences, say that all forms of sexual behavior or harassment with clients are unethical, even when the client invites or consents to such behavior involvement. And it further goes on to say that all sexual behavior or harassment with former clients is unethical. Now, turn to this lecture by Dr. Bill Finger, the president of the American Association of sex educators, counselors, and therapists, where he'll tell you more about why this is so important.